Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager series. Welcome to Friday and actual Formula 1 action this weekend. Of course, not in our stream. We're in the virtual world here on F1 Manager 24, as I say, continuing our Maserati F1 Manager series, as this is, I believe, race 7, is it? Where are we at? Let's double check that. Where are we at here today? We are, yeah, race 7 out of 19 here in the year 2027. But in real life, of course, the cars and drivers are heading to Monza. And as always, Ferrari looking pretty good in practice, but it is only practice. But Ferrari normally deliver a pretty good car in Monza. So we'll see how that pans out over there in Italy. But as I say, today, we're also in Italy, but we're not at Monza. We're in Imola. And Kimi Antonelli has qualified P5. Franco Colapinto P11. Unfortunately, Colapinto just missed out on Q3. That's really been the story of his season this year, Franco. He's been missing out on Q3, and that's been hampering him in the races. He has managed to get back to P3 in most of the races, but as I say, a little bit of a mountain to climb for him again today. And because of that, we're mixing the strategy up. So the one stopper is normally the way to go around here in Imola. That's the way Antonelli's going to go. Colapinto, we're going to try go aggressive on the softs at the beginning and get a massive undercut. So stopping lap 15, then go on the mediums, then softs at the end. So we'll see how it pans out. I'd say one stop should be quicker, but doesn't account for traffic and such things. So let's see how we go with the two-stopper with Franco. And we'll get this race underway straight away then as we start P5 with Kimi, P11 with Franco Colapinto. And if you're dropping into the stream nice and early, hope you're all doing well. Hope you've had a good week. Looking forward to the weekend.
Well then, it's not long until we
very much am
here, and we should be in.
Let's crack on then. Max Verstappen, if you're not aware, this series is dominating. He's won 5 out of the 6 previous. We get underway very quickly. It's Max on pole again here today. Ollie Behrman in the Williams is P2. But yeah, Max has won 5 out of the 6 races we've had in 2027. And he leads this Drivers' Championship. And Antonelli is struggling there with the McLarens. Colapinto's gained a place there, though. Up to P10. So that's a good start from Franco. As I say, he is going to go aggressive on this first stint. So we've got 2 McLarens who are starting to slowly grow into this 2027 season after a slow start. They are the reigning Constructors' Champions and Drivers' Champion with Lando Norris. And Antonelli moving himself into P5 then. To the top 5, past Lando Norris. Is the job done? Yes, it is.
You are doing a good job.
So we are past Lando. No DRS, of course, on this first lap. And Colapinto into P9. So he's having a very good start. We want to go aggressive on those overtakes. And he's moving into P8 by the looks of it. This is exactly what Franco needs to do. Lovely work from Franco Colapinto. This was the move on Liam Lawson. That got him P9.
And the overtake is made.
But since then, he's got Gasly in the Aston, and we're now into P8. Yes, and on the tail of Kevin Magnussen in his RB.
Just in front of you.
DRS enabled. Obviously, we didn't get advantage of it this lap, but we will next lap. Only one DRS zone here in Imola on the start-finish straight. And I'm going to toe off Norris through on K-Mag, but can't make that work just yet. Can we send one up the inside of K-Mag there? No, we can't. We have to feed back in. Jump on board of Antonelli. He's still hot on the heels of Oscar Piastri. We haven't looked at tyres, actually, for the grid. And everyone on the mediums, apart from Bortoletto in his Mercedes on a hard, and Franco Colapinto on the sauce. So wonder if most people are going for the one stopper. As we're talking away there, Antonelli has made the move on Oscar Piastri then. And we move ourselves up into P4. You have the replay then on Oscar Piastri. Kimi Antonelli, nice little move there. Not expecting an overtake there. Kimi Antonelli into P4. Nicole, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Hope you're doing well. And of course, you're dropping in. If you haven't already, do smash that like button. If you can spam that like button for me, really helps me out. Was Antonelli close enough to get DRS here, though? Yes, he was. That's good, because we've used most of the battery now. Jump back with Franco. Can he get the toe? Not quite. Can he be aggressive somewhere here? Oh, nearly. Thought about it. Can't quite get it done. So lap 3, it's actually Ollie Behrman leading in the Williams. Oscar Piastri fighting with Antonelli there. They're swapping positions briefly as we've closed in on George Russell. Colapinto can't get past K-Mag at the moment. M4GD4, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Hope you're well. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, it looks to be our ex-teammate, ex-driver, Zane Maloney in his Haas there. Maloney's crashed. Only a yellow flag, no virtuals. Or full safety for that matter. Going to lose it all on his own.
Substantial crash there.
Into the barrier for Maloney.
Any good.
So yellow flag, he drops to the back of the field. As is Leclerc. Did Leclerc start from the pit lane maybe? He may well have done. But Ollie Behrman in his Williams is leading a race here. Max Verstappen, you'd have to imagine, would be a safe bet to get past him and still win this race. Antonelli's lost the DRS to Russell, and he's going to be under pressure now from the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. We're just going to go for a bit of a top-up phase. Oscar Piastri moves back into P4. Antonelli down to P5 then. Come back with Franco. Can he do anything? Magnussen still holding on to the DRS of Lando Norris here. And Maloney has to pit with that damage, unfortunately. So the Haas man has to pit. Let's Guerrero, thanks for the follow, super appreciated, hope you're well. And if you like the F1 Manager content, you're not already, do follow or subscribe, and of course smash that like button, super appreciated. But yeah, this is F1 Manager, we're in the 2027 season, our team is Maserati, and we're in P5 with Kimi Antonelli, one of our drivers, and Franco Colapinto, P8. Sunsea and Sand, where's Hamilton? Hamilton does not exist in this universe. Unfortunately, it's 2027 and Hamilton is no more. Perhaps that'll be the case in real life, who knows? Campbell, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Colapinto has got the move done on K-Mag then. This is crucial. So Colapinto should now be into B7. He is indeed. Colapinto's knocked out in Q2, so he started P11. He's on a bit of a recovery drive, and he's trying a two-stop. But the one-stop is optimal around here. But Colapinto trying the two-stopper. Is K-Mag going to get a straight back? Here he is, because the DRS, I think. That's highly frustrating. We haven't got much battery, and Franco Colapinto is going to lose out then to K-Mag. Warrior, make sure you keep an eye on fuel. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we're just gone to stand. We're just using a bit of that fuel early on. But yeah, do keep an eye on that. Thank you, buddy. So Antonelli still in P4, battling with these two McLarens. What's the tyres? He's got a little bit of tyre advantage. Same as Piastri, but a little bit of tyre advantage on Russell ahead. Sunsea and Sand, thanks for the follow. Fisher Lucio, probably butchering that, but thanks for the follow, much appreciated. By Colapinto, moves into P7. But again, he's going to be under threat from that DRS.
Now we can see what happened.
Have a look at that.
Now this, I think, was
I wasn't expecting the move there, but we've seen a couple of moves through here in T13. Franco, back past K-Mag, but he really needs to try and pull away now. The gap to Lando's McLaren is 2.5. I haven't got much battery, that is the only issue. I will try deploy what we've got out of here, but I don't think it's going to be enough again. Although it wasn't too bad. But here we see K-Mag gaining. We've got to keep him behind into turn 1, and then we've got a chance, I'd say. And we have kept him behind. Right, can we finally break that DRS to K-Mag behind us? Piastri back past Antonelli, but they keep swapping and changing. He's leading a nice train of cars. Yeah, a bit of a DRS train behind Colapinto. In fact, Portier, yeah, he is. So it's literally Colapinto is a DRS train from himself in 7th down to 20th place at the moment. So I make that a 13-car DRS train, although Gasly's just dropped out of that momentarily, but near enough a 13-car DRS train from Franco. But we should see Franco, only one on the soft tyres, so he's trying a different strategy here today. And he needs clean air to make it work, and he doesn't want to be fighting. K-Mag is staying in that DRS though, isn't he? Which is highly annoying. Again, we haven't really got the battery to use, so I think K-Mag's got another great chance. Getting past us here. Surprised we haven't pulled away there during that lap. Fully attacking on softs. Let's have a look at what Antonelli's doing. Behrman leads the race again, but here comes K-Mag. Have we covered him off? Yes, we have just covered off that inside line. Yeah, Colapinto really needs to be pushing down the road towards Norris, and he's not doing that at the moment. David Luna, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Much appreciated. Derlis or Derlis. I'm butchering that, sorry, but I appreciate the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, look at this. This is very much a DRS train, isn't it? Right, let's just jump back on to Antonelli. So they've pulled a little bit of a gap on Lando. And they've reined in George Russell, but Russell is now 1.7 off the 2 leaders, which is still Ollie Behrman in his Williams somehow. Used a little bit more tyre life, though, as Behrman. But Behrman doing an absolutely amazing job out there as Antonelli alongside the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. And he'll now have a great chance to get George Russell and into P3 here because George's got no DRS. Here we go. DRS is about to open. And wow, George just left that door fully open for us, and we'll take that. That's an easy overtake, and I think Oscar Piastri is going to use the slipstream behind us and DRS. And George Russell loses 2 positions then, goes from 3rd to 5th. Antonelli into P3, but I think this fight is going to continue for a while, yeah? Lily, Wan, and Chips, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope you're all doing well. Salty, morning. How do the races be going? Yes, not too bad. Thank you, Salty. Is this actual free practice? It is not. This is F1 Manager 24. So this is not Formula 1. And we're in Imola and not Monza where they are this weekend. So yeah, unfortunately not actual Formula 1. Russell, as I say, this F1 Manager 24, Russell drives for Ferrari here in this season, which is 2027. George Russell, a world champion in this universe. He won the championship in 2025. And Magson is back past Colapinto. And oh, we're forcing Oscar Piastri way out wide there. He will still get the DRS, but he's lost a bit of momentum. That might keep Antonelli in B3 for a little while longer yet. Oh no, Oscar still super fast with that DRS, and he's gonna try and move back into P3 here then. And Colapinto has to try and get back past K-Mag. Not really working this first stint for Franco, gotta say.
Keep focus on our race.
Why is Antonelli racing for Maserati? So this is F1 Manager 24. It's creator team. Our team is Maserati, and we have signed Kimi Antonelli and Franco Colapinto. So yeah, Antonelli drives for Maserati. Robbie, Anita, Tiara, thanks for the follow. F1 Manager 24. Yes, this is F1 Manager 24, not Formula 1. So it was Maserati. Damn, I'm good. Yeah, it is Maserati indeed. Yeah, so Colapinto, we're on a 2-stopper with him. He's not going to even get to lap. Because we've just been attacking, haven't we? We should have been on aggressive there, but that's still fine. We can make this work still with him. S, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, Colapinto's going to have to come in a lap or 2 earlier even now. Absolutely burnt those softs up. But we want to try and undercut with Kimi. He started P11 up to P8. He's going to 2-stop. Most of the grid are going to 1-stop.
You are doing a very good job there.
And Antonelli's back past Piastri and back into P3. But this fight with Kimi and Piastri probably going to go on for quite a few laps, I'd imagine.
Yes, let's go.
Let's go indeed, Kimi, let's go. Right, so Colapinto, we were trying to get to lap 15. I completely took my eye off the ball, kept him on attack. So he's going to have to come in a little bit earlier. We might even have to... Just bear with me, chat. We might even have to try a different strategy because of that. We might have to go hards and mediums, which do work around here. Because we wouldn't make these last now, you see, so we'd have to... We'd have to do that. Which will mean this is now quicker. So yeah, we'll change over then. So we're changing over to the hard next. So a slight change in strategy for Franco. Let's hope this undercut is going to work. But he's on the 2-stopper. As I say, I think most of the grid will 1-stop. Pit loss is 29 seconds. So... he should just come out about 10 seconds behind Ocon. Maloney's got damage and is well off the pace. So should be in P21 when we stop. And have a good 10-second margin of clean air. So that's what we need, clean air, to make that strategy work. So let's just say, let's get him in next lap. Chris, Amy, Inesveria, or Vieira, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Right, Piastri back on our tail with DRS. Lando Norris sniffing around as well. So Piastri moves back to P3. Can Antonelli hold off Lando? Verstappen leads. Behrman's been able to stay with him though. And they've got a 5-second lead now on the rest of the pack. Behrman's used quite a bit of his tyres though. Unless Behrman will have to 2-stop, but he might have to save a bit of tyre. Max looks like he's going to dart away into the distance at some point in this race. Race 7, Max has won 5 out of 6 here in 2027, so he's looking good to make that 6 out of 7. We've got a big upgrade coming in a couple of races' time, and we need it if we're going to challenge Max for the Drivers' Championship. Because this is how it looks at the minute. This is as it stands with this race. Max takes another 27 points. It would give him a 60-point lead on Kimi. And Constructors, we would retain the lead in the Constructors. So Constructors look good for us because Lawson is struggling to score in most of the races for Red Bull. As Antonelli moving back past Piastri then into P3, but I'm sure Piastri is going to get that back on the start-finish straight.
So you are doing well there.
Love Heart Deep Age, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. Right, as we say, expect Piastri to move past us here. And he is going to move past us then. Got Colapinto coming in for his first of 2 stops today. Can we hold off Lando? No, we lose out to both McLarens there. Let's just jump on board and see this pit stop.
Try to recover.
1.9, sub 2 second stop. That's very nice. But Antonelli loses out to both McLarens. Goes from P3 to P5. We said we should come out behind Ocon and have a good 10-second gap of clean air. And that's looking about right. Alex and Felsita, thanks for the follows. And if you're jumping in the stream, you haven't already, do smash that like button. Of course, if you don't already, do follow or subscribe on your preferred platform. Colapinto then, P21. Let's just move this down. So yeah, he has got that 10 seconds. We've nailed that. So 10 seconds of clean air to now just push on and see if we can make this 2-stop work or not. And Verstappen's broken the DRS now to Ollie Behrman, so it's now 1.2. So I wonder if Piastri will start to rein in Behrman now he hasn't got that DRS. Danny has this right now. It's not Formula 1. They are in Monza. This is in Imola on F1 Manager 24, but thanks for the comment. This is F1 Manager 24, Marlo. Alright, so Antonelli, he's on a 1-stopper. And he's not due to stop until lap 28, so another 15 laps. Padgett, hello. Della, this was a while ago. This was not a while ago. This is now, but it's not Formula 1. It's F1 Manager 24, so it is live. Happening right now. Hence how I read your comment out live there. Thanks for dropping in. So Verstappen, championship leader here in 2027, leads by 1.8 seconds. Norris 3.5, but they are starting to rein in Ollie Behrman now. Behrman used 66% of his tyres, or he's got 66% left. And Colapinto has actually dropped further back at the moment, so that's a little bit worrying, but we'll wait and see on that. Nietzsche and Christian, thanks for the follows. 7 Persona, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. So yeah, DRS train now from Norris, Piastri, Antonelli to Russell, and then it's 4 seconds back to Lawson. Oh, what's good? That's Maloney, who's being lapped and really got in the way there. Antonelli had to take avoiding action. And he's lost the DRS momentarily as Kimi.
No management is required.
Same Maloney, who's 44 seconds off last place, has really just caused issues there for us. Emily, thanks for the follow. Now we're going to be under serious pressure from George Russell because we've got no DRS to the two McLarens unless we can quickly move back into it. We might just get back there. Teetering on the edge. Need to be under a second. Looks like we will just get the DRS, so that has just been saved. Thankfully for us there.
Try to slow down a bit.
Warrior, unlucky there, yeah, unlucky indeed. But luckily we've caught back up. We have got George Russell all over us. Piastri being closed on by his teammate Norris. Or Piastri getting past Norris, I think, actually there. And this little DRS train continues, but only 2 seconds off Behrman. So Behrman's going to make this a 5-car DRS train. And Verstappen, as we've seen in most of this 2027 season, is going to continue to dominate and run away with this one. As Christine, Travis, Clara, CCB, using off bound, and 69. Thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. And if you're dropping in, please do like the stream. Smash that like button. Super appreciated. Really helps me out. At 15 of 63 here then in Imola. And Antonelli got a chance of a podium today. He could finish anywhere from 2nd to 6th. Not had any safety cars or anything as yet, though. It's all been pretty clean. Right, Colapinto now starting to make some inroads. Last lap, 1:18.5, so he's going kind of the same as this pack near enough, so going a lot quicker than those ahead of him. But of course, Colapinto is on the 2-stopper now, so let's see how that goes. He's 9 seconds off Ocon, so he hasn't got to do any overtaking for a while. Let's see, it might work for Franco, might work this undercut. Pack is still pretty tightly bunched. And we can now start to see Ollie Behrman, but as I say, Verstappen starting to run away with it, as has been the case this year. The McLarens look pretty pacey today as well. Kind of want to get the undercut here today. Jocelyn, thanks for the follow. Gisek, thanks for the follow. So yeah, Anthony G lap 28. I'm going to school, I'm on the bus. Good to hear. It's important to go to school. Yeah, so I really need with Antonelli to probably get the undercut on these guys. But Lando's using a little bit more tyre life. I think the undercut is going to be key here. User 957, hey, how's it going? Fur and Oswald, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. And we are now with Ollie Behrman, so we have reined him in. So it is now this 5-car DRS train for P2. Behrman, Piastri, Norris, Antonelli, and George Russell. Verstappen has a nice 5-second lead. Now, what I want to try and do with Antonelli is be one of the first in the pits from these guys. And that might be difficult to do. Tristan fake. It's F1 Manager 24. It's not nothing fake about that. Wilmis, thanks for the follow. Supka, thanks for the follow. It's a game. Yes, indeed. It's a game. Exactly. Antonio, thanks for the follow. Elizabeth and Cosimo, thanks for the follow. Emily, is it a game? Yes, it is a game. It's F1 Manager 24. All right, Antonelli past Lando Norris. This is the move then on Lando from Kimi. And Lando pushed out wide. We try and use a bit of this tyre life, I wonder.
No management anymore.
Sonoda down in 16th in the Audi's got some damage, maybe floor damage back there. Colapinto is now within 6 seconds of Mick Schumacher. So I have to keep an eye on that. Martin, thanks for the follow. Mary, thanks for the follow. Julico, thanks for the follow. Arnaldo, thanks for the follow. Alditio, thanks for the follow. As we've got a yellow flag. Lance Stroll. Looks like he's had a moment.
Right there. You can take a look now. Now this one involves Stroll.
Stroll in the Audi. He's had a big lockup.
And hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
Yes, this is a game. F1 Manager 24. That's why you're seeing things such as Audi, Stroll in an Audi. You've got no Lewis Hamilton. We've got Maserati. And we're at Imola racetrack. Actual Formula 1 is in Monza this weekend. Looking forward to that. Ferrari looking very pacey around Monza, but of course it is only practice. But having said that, Ferrari do normally deliver a bit of a rocket ship when it's Monza for the home crowd. So very good news so far if you're a Ferrari fan. Right, Anthony, we're trying to push on, but still quite difficult. Might just go through a bit of top up there.
You need a mode charge. More charge.
Ivani and Nono or Nono, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Ivalio, sorry if I'm butchering that, but appreciate the follow. Right, Verstappen leads 3.8 to Piastri. He hasn't actually sailed away as much as he has done in the past, but he has got the best tyre life out of the pack so far. So Anthony want to be in lap 28, which is target lap, but as I say, I want to get an undercut on these. I think the undercut is going to be key. John, Alpha and Drake, thanks for the follow. Right, Antonelli will have DRS on Behrman, but Behrman retains the DRS on Oscar Piastri, who's in P2. Max Verstappen has a 4.4 second lead.
Tires update.
And this is a problem with the DRS train. Right, here's Franco, though. And he's only now 1.2 off Mick Schumacher.
It's just a lot of confidence.
As Norris has got past Antonelli there, as we just jumped off board.
Russell behind.
Well, that's not good news for us. So we were looking at the rear wing of that Williams, but whilst we were doing that, Lando Norris snuck around the outside that gives him inside there. And Lando has he moved through? Did this? No, he has. Yeah, we have to concede there. Mega from Lando, if he does say so himself. Right, Colapinto's now going to get DRS on Mick Schumacher here. We've caught up to the back of the pack with our aggressive undercut. Don't be losing time though here. this is the thing. Need to get these moves done. As we're going to pull to the inside. Should have better traction. Got much better tyres. And Franco Colapinto's into P20 there. Made his first stop already. No one else has stopped yet. Apart from Maloney, who stopped because of his damage. Well, that brings Colapinto back to P20. Next man up the road is Esteban Ocon. 2.5 seconds up the road. And he's down to 51% tyre life as Tsunoda's had an issue there in the Audi. Yuki Tsunoda's had a lock-up.
Here we are then at the 11th corner. Struggling with the car. Now they did leave it very late.
Big lock-up from Yuki then. That's not going to be good for his tyres. Down to 40%. But I'd say, Colapinto, we are on a 2-stopper. I think most of the grid will be on a 1-stopper, apart from those that are locking up. They might have to change to a 2. But Colapinto, he's trying something a little bit different today. Ragnar Ars and Autodromo. I've butchered that. I've absolutely butchered that one, but thanks for the follow. And Mary, thanks for the follow. Right, Antonelli is back to P4, so in that tussle with Lando Norris, he did get back to P4, and Russell has jumped Norris somewhere there as well.
In front of you.
What's tyre life now? 51. I want to see the earliest we can come in here with Kimi, because I think this... I think this undercut is going to be key. I'm going to move it forward a bit. Lap 23. It's only a couple of laps time. I feel the undercut is going to be key around here to try and get P2 in this race. So we're going to try it. Hopefully it works out for us. Emma and Aveline, thanks for the follows. Game, this is F1 Manager 24. Jasmine, thanks for the follow. And if you're jumping into the stream, you haven't already, do spam that like button. Super appreciated. Really helps me out. And of course, do follow or subscribe if you don't already. Right, Antonelli, is he trying to make a move? No, but Ollie Behrman, and we've got George Russell trying to make a move on us, but we retain P4 as Behrman P2 for the Williams. Max now has a 6-second lead. Antonelli, we are going to try undercut these, and we're going to come in next lap. Colapinto.
Box is lap.
Next man for him is Esteban Ocon. Colapinto 78% hard tyres. Ocon 48% mediums. When we get the DRS, we'll see the speed difference now. And we're looking to the inside nice and early. And Ocon closes that off pretty late. Can we still go for it here? Yes, we can. Same as which we did on Mick Schumacher. And Colapinto has got another one done then and moves up to B19 now. And it's now 3.7 to Alex Albon. Is that Maloney? Yeah, Maloney's now going to be lapped by the whole pack then. Deutschland, Meg, Steven, Miguel, thanks for the follows. Martix, user, Pamplisks, thanks for the follow. Kaya, thanks for the follow. Sarah, Alicia, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Glazer, thanks for the follow.
Copy that.
Right, so Antonelli's going to come in at the end of this lap. And we're hoping we're going to undercut this pack to try and secure him P2. He's not going to have the best of tyres at the end compared to these. Correct. So is this F1 Manager? Yeah, it's F1 Manager 24. Can you make your own team? F1 Manager 20... Not in F1 Manager 23, Stephen, but in the latest F1 Manager, in F1 Manager 24, you can create your own team. This is what this is, F1 Manager 24. Which is the latest installment. Alright, still another 40 laps of this to go. But this has just been a bit of a DRS train, so we're trying to get ourselves out of this. I wonder if Colapinto's going to jump his teammate here momentarily. This will be interesting to see. Right, Kimi Antonelli is about to come into the pits then. And this is going to be his one and only stop of the day, unless obviously we get some safety car or virtual safety drama. But here comes Kimi. We had a sub 2 second stop for Franco. We'd take that indeed for Kimi. Here we go, the pit crew get to work then. 2.2, nearly 2.3 basically, not too bad.
Track is clear going out.
So where will he come out here? I wonder if... Like, Franco's a long way behind, isn't he? Although you are very slow at this pit exit, but I don't think Franco's quite going to get to him. No, so Antonelli's out in P16. So Colapinto won't be challenging anywhere near the top 5, I'd imagine, today.
Tsunoda behind.
Well, that is Antonelli to the end now, then. Let's just get these tyres up to temps. Colapinto still 2.8 off Albon, not really showing the pace he needs to there. But it does mean he should jump quite a few cars, Colapinto, here, when they all decide to pit. Let's say he has got to stop again as Franco. Kislew F1 Manager 24 is free on Epic Games. And thanks for the follow. Alejandro Perez, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. And if you do watch the stream regularly, you know we don't forward track action unless we have no track action as Perez jumps into the pits. So does Tsunoda. So that'll put Colapinto up a couple of places. So we just forward on because Franco is now on to the back of Alex Albon. So lap 26 of 63. Colapinto on a 2-stopper. Don't really know where that's going to end up. Antonelli on a 1-stopper, and he's trying an undercut to try and secure P2 in this race.
Slow down a bit more.
But Colapinto really needs to get Albon here because Albon is really slowing his pace. Might even do it here on the inside. A little bit too far back now, I feel. Yeah, too far back. We'll deploy out of here, and hopefully this should be Albon done. Stroll is in the pits as well. So we should get 2 moves here. They overtake there on Albon, and then Stroll in the pits. And that moves Colapinto now back up to P15. That's 7 seconds behind his teammate, so he's not going to challenge his teammate here today. Well, we don't know what's going to happen. If we get some safety car drama, who knows? Antonelli is 1.1 seconds off Hadjar. He really can't afford to lose time behind traffic because he's trying this undercut, of course. Marie, Greta, Blue Eyes, and Nusrat, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope you're all doing well. And Blondie, thanks for the follow. Let me know in the live chat, who do you think is going to come out on pole in qualifying this weekend in actual Formula 1 at Monza? Let me know your top 3 in the chat. Say the Ferrari's looking pretty good in practice, but it is only practice. But as I've been saying, Ferrari do deliver a bit of a rocket ship round Monza for them. Antonelli, as I say, can't lose time really here. And he's not losing any time because he's already through on the inside, and he pushes out Isaac Hadjar, who's in the Alpine here in 2027, out wide, and he gets that job done. It's Carlos Sainz is into the pits. And that will move Antonelli into P12. Colapinto should get Sainz as well, so Colapinto gradually moving up. And he doesn't need to stop now till lap 36, so another 9 laps. Mars going for Leclerc or Hamilton on pole. Charles got Leclerc, Lando, Piastri, so a lot of Ferrari love then. Why do you make this about the game pretending it's real live FP1? I haven't pretended this is free practice at all, but thanks for the comment. Random comment. I don't think we've said this is free practice at all. I think it says in the live description what it is, buddy. Cam and Gatto, thanks for the follows. Verstappen pole, like it. Maybe I'm biased because being a McLaren fan, but I think it's always hard to look past the McLarens this year. But yeah, Ferrari always bring a nice car to Monza in front of the home crowd. So I'm going to say a Charles Leclerc pole. I feel Charles Leclerc is pretty rapid across 1 lap, so I'm going to go for a Charles Leclerc pole in Monza tomorrow. Right, Portier, the man we were talking about there, Leclerc, Gasly, Hadjar into the pit. So again, this can promote Antonelli. He's not getting any traffic. Colapinto should be past most of these as well. Yes, indeed. So, no traffic for our drivers. Johnny, thanks for the follow. So, if you're dropping in, you haven't already, do me a massive favour and smash that like button. Is this real? This is not real. This is F1 Manager 24. And if you're dropping into the streams, and say we do watch most of the track action, as we have done for the first 28 laps, but we've got some gaps here. So we will just forward on for a few seconds. Dino, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Much appreciated, buddy. As Russell into the pits. Right, I said we were going to forward track action, but this is key in terms of Antonelli's, because we went for the undercut. Now, we are going to get past Russell, but what is the gap going to be? Because he's got, well, he's going to have a 10% tyre advantage. There is Russell. So we've very much got the undercut on him, but by how much? It's 5 seconds. I like that. I like that a lot. Where is Hamilton? This is 2027, so Hamilton has retired. He's no more, unfortunately. Maybe that'll be the case in real life. Right, so as I say, we'll forward on until some of these gaps close. But this is good. Right, Norris and Behrman. Keep saying we're forward on, and then something else happens. But Norris and Behrman in. So these were fighting. And Behrman's going to have to be held. But hopefully, we're hoping Antonelli's going to be ahead of both of these. And there he goes. Is that Bortoletto? We've got Bortoletto ahead of us here. We need to get Bortoletto out of the way. Is Antonelli on high? Right, so this undercut is working quite well for Antonelli so far. He's got 7 seconds to Russell. But we cannot afford to be stuck behind a car here. Can't afford this at all.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Sorry, guys, just watching this play through, and then I'll get back to the chat. Antonelli, right, that was key. I didn't want to lose too much time there. Just keep an eye on my fuel there with Antonelli, because I'm just going to push on the fuel. And I don't want to be forgetting about that. Colapinto, so he did jump Lawson by 10 seconds. So Colapinto is back where he started, P8. It will be P7 actually when Bortoletto pits. Dino, I want to get back into F1 Manager, but no idea who to start a save with. Have you got F1 Manager 24? Have you done some create the teams before? Right, Piastri and Verstappen now in the pits. I expect Verstappen still to lead the race, but we should be ahead of Piastri by a margin. Yeah, there's Max. He's out quite comfortably. There's Piastri. Bortoletto is staying with us, which is frustrating. So Max has stopped and retains the lead. But we have got a nice little gap there on those that we are fighting with. So the undercut has worked by a good 7 seconds, I'd say. So I'm very happy with that. Mayor, thanks for the follow. Nico, thanks for the follow. Bortoletto for Mercedes. I want to see that. Yeah, I quite like this Bortoletto in a Mercedes. That just looks kind of right to me. Natalka, thanks for the follow. Is this F1 25? No, it's F1 Manager 25. Celia, thanks for the follow. Where's Hamilton? He's retired. Natalka, Tosia, John Deere, thanks for the follows. D-Book, thanks for the follow. Shiro, thanks for the follow. What Timo, that's harsh, Matty. Josh, Rebecca, thanks for the follows. And Chloe and Eleanor, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Hope you're all doing well. Right, it's all coming down a bit. Bortoletto is hanging on to us, but he has got to stop. He probably will stop now. I think that's pretty much going to be most people to the end now, apart from, really, Colapinto. As Bortoletto finally pits. So Verstappen leads. We've got 5 seconds on Norris. What's Norris's tyres? Is he using a bit of them? Yeah, he's still got 10%. As long as we can keep that 5% margin, or, you know, 2 to 3 seconds margin, Antonelli can come home in P2 here today. Colapinto. Has he arrived? Colapinto is on the tail of Piastri and Behrman here, which is nice because we're not really fighting these guys, but if we can just keep on their DRS, that will pull us along quite nicely. And maybe Colapinto's still got a chance of coming back to P7. I don't think he's fighting any of these because we've got to stop again with Franco. And he's going to have to get some overtakes done. But hopefully if we stop with Franco, we can come back through the pack and get some of these overtakes done. Travis, is the game or real? This is F1 Manager 24. Relax, SQL. Heartless, thanks for the follows. Callum, I just started my first My Team. It's Lamborghini and Ricciardo and Piastri are the teammates. Like to hear that, Callum. Jay, Daniel, and Vivian and Alice, thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Yeah, so he's actually lost that DRS, but let's just attack with Colapinto. Due to stop lap 36. Are these pushing these guys? Yeah, they are. 7% difference now. So it's a game. Yeah, it's F1 Manager 24 a game. Cammy, thanks for the follow. BK, maybe go a lap or two early to pit with Colapinto. Yeah, perhaps. His fight is not really ahead of him because these guys are not going to stop again. He's going to have to get some overtakes done. So I wonder if we extend, if the gap doesn't come. If it stays around 5.8, I'll keep going so we can get a better tyre difference on these guys because we're going to have to get some overtaking done. Let's just push on the fuel. Nay and Lou, thanks for the follow.
Copy.
Much appreciated. Gotta just hope Russell and Norris are sort of pushing their tyres and battery because they have closed within 3.5 seconds to us. We'll just forward on, get closer to Colapinto's second stop. So it was due to be lap 36, yellow flag.
Yellow flag now.
Sonoda's had a spin. I was going to say a safety car would absolutely help us as Yuki in his Audi has had a Spinalowski. He's already had a lockup.
Okay.
And he's having an awful day out there as Yuki Tsunoda. He's down in 18th. Tyres down to 76%. All right, Colapinto, let's get him in next lap then. As Russell's within 3 seconds of Antonelli. Don't want it coming down any lower than 2 seconds, really. We might have a bit of a fight with Colapinto to get back to the points here, to be fair. But here comes Franco. Final stop of the day, then. 2-second stop. We'll like that. Well, how far back is he coming out? Oh, God, this is looking pretty disgusting, isn't it? I think he'll be behind Troll and Hadjar here. Well, that's a little bit sickening, isn't it, chat? Sonoda, who had that spin, has created a bit of a space for us there. Lou, thanks for the follows. Quinton, do you have Twitch? Yes, I do have Twitch. It's Cali Flap on there as well, or it's also live streamed on YouTube. So if you're watching on TikTok, then head to my profile in the bio, click the YouTube link, and you can watch the full screen stream there as well. And of course, if you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, we have 2 episodes a week dropping on this series. So not just the live stream. So all of that is housed on YouTube. As I say, head to the profile in the bio, click the YouTube link, head over to YouTube, subscribe over there, and you can catch all of our F1 Manager content, streams, and episodes. Velos, thanks for the follow. Power Rangers, Henry, not sure what that is. Do. Yeah, it is very much that. Max Verstappen leads by 9 seconds. What am I doing? Sassy Christo Eck only. Thanks for the follows. Robert, what do you think of Ferrari this year? I think for Ferrari and Real F1 has been very, very disappointing for Ferrari indeed. So I think it's a big year next year for Ferrari in 2026 with the new regs. They've really got to nail them. If not, you worry for Fred Vasseur for sure, although he did sign an extension recently. But yeah, big year for Ferrari to nail the 2026 regs. Lena Eduardo, thanks for the follows. Daniel, yeah. Just keep doing the work in there, telling him it's the game, Daniel. That's helping me out because we're getting asked that a lot. But yeah, it is very much F1 Manager. Norris battling Russell should help Antonelli. Yes, indeed. So these are continuing their battle, although they are closing up to us, but they have been using more tyre life. They've now, when they came out, it was 10 to 11%. It's now 5 to 7% the margin. So I can use a bit of battery with Kimi and a bit of fuel. Let's just see if we can extend that gap to 3 seconds again. Katie, Itapi, thanks for the follows. Madalena, thanks for the follows. All right, just bear with me, chat. I need to get the AC on. Getting hot in here. Yeah, will it be redemption then in Formula 1 this weekend for Hamilton in the Ferrari in front of the home crowd? That'll be interesting to see. A lot of pressure on Norris this weekend as well. Now he's had that retirement. It's a big points gap. He can't afford to be losing any more points to Piastri. So lots of pressure on Lando now. Braz, Madia, Christos, Briv, Asterix. Thanks for the follows. Look at Verstappen flying on rocket ship. Yeah, he's we're in 2027 here, and Verstappen very much has got a rocket ship. He's dominating every race. Edward, thanks for the gift. Much appreciated. Not required at all, but super appreciated. Carlos, Lucy, Tile, Brad, thanks for the follows. Alan and Carol and Cristiano, thanks for the follows. Hope you are all doing well on this Friday. Right, we used quite a bit of that battery there, haven't we, of Antonelli?
Increase a bit more.
And the gap has gone to 5 seconds, but it's not left him with much battery for the rest of the race. But we can do a bit of top up. If it comes down to about 4 seconds, we'll start to top up again. And that's Mick Schumacher about to lap. So Colapinto, 5.5 seconds. And he's got a lot of work to do to get back to the points as Franco. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, if you watch this stream regularly, you know we watch most of the track action. But as I say, when we got gaps like this, Antonelli's got no danger at the moment. Colapinto, no danger. We will just forward on a little bit. TTG, Isa, Manuel, Soso, and Wilbur, thanks for the follows. Jar Jar, thanks for the follow. So Antonelli, yeah, still got good 4 seconds on Norris and Russell, who are fighting. We'll jump back on board once Colapinto closes to Stroll, or if Antonelli gets some company. Yes, this is a game F1 Manager 24. Why is Colapinto so back? He started P11, so started outside the top 10, and we've tried a 2-stopper with Franco. Everyone else on a 1-stopper, so we're hoping Franco will have some pace towards the end of the race, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Might be that it just doesn't work, this strategy, so we'll wait and see. But he's got a good 20%, so some of these, their tyres are going to be hurting towards the end. So Hamilton is dead. That's a bit harsh. Hopefully not in the next 2 years that's going to happen, but he's very much retired in this universe. As it is Alonso, yes. So no Alonso or Hamilton or Hulkenberg. They all left the grid in 2026. Right, we'll jump back on board shortly because Colapinto has arrived, and this is the only problem. Stroll and Hadjar are in a DRS train with themselves. So this is not ideal. Mario, Ella, Veru, Lily, Jonas, all thanks for the follows. Fernando Alonso Lover, why does everyone ask if this is a game? I don't know, buddy. It is in the description. I thought it was obvious it's a game, but clearly not to the those watching. But there's not much I can do. I have to respond to those that ask, but yeah. We do get asked it a lot. As Colapinto then, that is good work because we didn't want to be losing time. He's got past Lance Stroll in his Audi, and now he's got a good chance with the DRS to get past Hadjar. DRS opens now. Come on. Let's get alongside. So yeah, Isaac Hadjar in an Alpine here in 2027, and we're moving past into B15. So Colapinto needed to get both of those moves done early, and he has done it. 17 to go. And he is 10 seconds off the points, Colapinto. There's still a chance of points here today. Let's just look at tyres. So yeah, Russell and Norris near enough used that tyre advantage that they had. So that's looking good for Antonelli. Antonelli trying to claim P2. The thing is we haven't got the battery, but I'm hoping those guys aren't going to close enough to make it an issue. Got any more traffic? Not for a while. All right, Colapinto, 4 seconds now to Gasly. Then we'll jump back on board. Ninky, Ines, Adrian, thanks for the follows. Jose, thanks for the follows. Is this practice one? This is not practice one. Practice one is done and dusted. But this is not Formula 1. 15 laps to go then in this one. As Sainz is setting the fastest lap in his Aston Martin. Jana and Alex, thanks for the follow. Super appreciated. Right, Colapinto is nearly on Gasly and Magnussen. Again, it looks to be a bit of a DRS train. It's going to cause us a bit of an issue. Antonelli still P2. Max has got an 18-second lead. Russell's 3.8 seconds back. Although that's just gone to 3 seconds there. Did we have a bit of traffic? No, we didn't. I don't really want Russell coming back at us. He's got the same tyre life now, though, so that's good. Right. 13 laps to go.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
And hopefully Antonelli can hold on to P2, and Colapinto, we can try and get back up to the points here. Colapinto then has arrived on Gasly and Magnussen, but again, we need to try and get these moves done pretty quickly. Come on, Franco. Fastest lap from Piastri, P5. Russell nearly within 3 seconds as Colapinto has done it again. He's past Gasly. Again, this should open up. The move on Magnussen with the DRS. So DRS open now. Got to get this done, Colapinto. Start moving down the road to Leclerc, who's 5 seconds up the road. Magnussen closes off. And we're not going to be able to get it done. And this is a problem. This is where we're going to lose time. Yeah, that's frustrating. We need to try and get past K-Mag here. Wojciech, Adriel, Ali, Greg, Ferreros, Chloe. Thanks for the follows. Ella, thanks for the follows. This is F1 Manager 24, guys. As finally, Colapinto looks like he's going to get this one done on K-Mag. Yes, he is. So Colapinto P13. He's now 5 seconds off Leclerc, but it's a DRS train, which is coming next from Poor Chair. down to Leclerc. And I think that's about as high as we'll be able to get. It's P8 if we can even do that. It's going to be a bit of a struggle now. Colapinto, I'd imagine. Antonelli is looking pretty safe at the moment in P2.
Suggest lift off.
Copy.
Lost 1-2 seconds doing that pass. Yeah, a lot of time lost there, unfortunately. Game name is F1 Manager 24. Coke on Lando. I hope not. He'll be in trouble. Right, we're going to have to use some of this battery here. Alright, 10 laps to go. K-Mag trying to stay with us, but that shouldn't be a problem. But it is going to be a problem when we reach these guys. I'm hoping Antonelli's kind of covered these guys off now. Yeah, Max is dominating this one. He's won 5 out of the first 6. He's going to make it 6 out of 7 here. K-Mag is managing to just stay with us for a little while. A little speed, amazing. Thanks for the follows. Much appreciated. Right, 8 to go. Colapinto has nearly arrived on this group ahead of us. As I say, it's going to be a bit of a problem now, I'd imagine, trying to get through this. Right, how's Antonelli doing? He's still got 3.7. I'm just going to top up a slight bit here on the battery.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy.
Lando has got... Actually, Lando started to use his tyre. Russell's used more now, so it's looking good for Antonelli. It's all about Franco Colapinto now. Ruben, thanks for the follow. Ruth, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. We're racing at Imola. We're around Imola today. What happened to Colapinto? He started P11 and we're trying a 2-stopper with him, which isn't exactly working at the moment. But it might do if we can get him through this traffic, but that's going to be a very difficult task by the looks of it. Although, round the outside of Charles Leclerc, that's very nice indeed. Thank you very much. Franco Colapinto moves into P12. Now he's got to get Sainz and Perez. Can he try an audacious inside attempt here? No, he can't. Round the outside, no, closes off. And now this is the problem. The DRS train is really going to hamper us here. And the problem is we're losing the slipstream there, and that's just allowing Sainz, to use the slipstream of Perez. Yeah, we said we needed some clean air to make this strategy work, and unfortunately we've reached quite a heavy DRS train this late in the race of 4 cars, and that's going to cost us, I think, here. Found a move around Charles around the outside here, but we can't do the same to Sainz. Or was it the next corner? I forget now where we got Charles, but we did get Charles around the outside. I think it was here, actually, wasn't it? No, nothing doing then. This is a shame. Real shame for Franco. What about here, though? What about here? This will do. That's a lovely move again. He's got Carlos Sainz, but we're losing time all the time. We're not going to close 15 seconds to Lawson now anyway, are we? So it's just about getting these next two cars and trying to... these next three cars, sorry, and securing P8. That's where he was when he stopped. And again, we've got DRS, but so has Teo Portier. So we jump back into the slipstream. And we have a look, but nothing doing. What are their tyres then? Their hards 42, 40. Perez's tyres might be a bit of a struggle. Mali, Albie, thanks for the follows. Russell, I need a podium, please. Lily, thanks for the follow. What is this mode? It's F1 Manager 24. Kub, thanks for the follow. It's a game. Yes, it is a game. It's F1 Manager 24. Ken, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated on Twitch. Colapinto struggling to get past Teo Portier here. Yeah, there's no chance of getting Russell now. We've got to try and get P8 if we can, but this is just hampering us. We've used all the battery. And we still can't do it on Teo. Yeah, this is just killing our race, this is. I've got a yellow flag. This Russell is all over.
5 laps to go.
Is this Ocon that's just caused an issue for us? It is. Oh, this is so annoying. Ocon just spun right in front of us there. So Ocon was holding us up, no doubt. And has spun, and that has put George Russell all over us here, which is just not ideal in these closing laps.
Full push.
Oh, we could really have done without that. Got to try and break the DRS if we can. It will use most of our battery. We have got 3% tyre margin, so we've got a bit of tyre that we can use on Russell. Not ideal that, because Kimi was going to come home comfortably in P2. Now he's going to have some work to do. Where is Hamilton? He's retired. This is 2027, so no Lewis Hamilton. Russell closing, yes, that was frustrating. Colapinto still can't get past Teo Portier, is absolutely wrecking his race. Antonelli sets the fastest lap of the race and puts a 1.7 gap on Russell.
Copy. Suggest a small Copy.
Colapinto using some battery, but again, it's not going to do anything.
Copy.
But I hope they run out of tyre life here. Let's say P8 is maximum anyway, so there's still 3 laps to achieve that with Franco. So Teo is taking Perez there. Perez down to 34%. Maybe he's having to look after his tyres a little bit more. Antonelli's got that gap. Up to 2.5. That should be pretty good. The game name is F1 Manager 24. Is that a Maserati F1 car? It is a Maserati F1 car. Right, I'm going to try into here. Not here, but the chicane coming up after these two right-handers. Oh, though he is going to go for it there. We'll take that. There we go. Colapinto into P10, into the points.
3 laps to go.
Copy.
And actually, Colapinto still has got 3 laps to go even after this one. Needs to have DRS here. Let's just use that surplus fuel. Antonelli, gap back up to 2.4. You got any more traffic, Antonelli? No, he should be good now. Great move by Colapinto indeed. Right, Colapinto has DRS. Now he's got to just get 2 moves done now. And it might be one of them here, because Bortoleto was struggling in his fight there with Teo Pourchaire, and Colapinto says thank you very much, and now he's on Pourchaire, who will have no DRS to defend himself against once we get to the start-finish straight. So Colapinto is suddenly in a good position to try and get to P8 now. Behrman is actually the car in P7. As I say, we're not closing 20 seconds in 2 laps. I'm just topping up a bit here because I'd like to save the battery until we get to the DRS straight, and then we'll use the battery to defend. 2 laps to go then for Verstappen and Antonelli. Colapinto still half of this lap to go before he starts the 60-second lap of 63. Here we go then. Is this the moment that Colapinto's going to move into P8? DRS is open now. He's alongside Teo Pourchaire. He's going past Teo Pourchaire. Bortoleto's trying to get back in there as well though. Bortoleto trying to get us both, but he can't quite do it. Bortoleto 35%, and he is going to move past us, is he? Colapinto trying to fight it back, and he does. But Bortoleto still has the inside for this left-hander. Max Verstappen has started the final lap. He leads by 30 seconds. Absolute dominance from Max. Right, Colapinto can attack now. It's all about staying ahead for this final lap.
1 more lap.
Copy.
What is the gap? It's half a second. Bortoleto staying with us. Bortoleto's going to get DRS. This is going to be the issue for us. Or is he? If he doesn't get DRS, we're going to be in a good position. It's teetering on the edge. Oh, does Bortoleto get DRS or not? It's Pourchaire, actually, who's now moved past Bortoleto. And they do have DRS, but I think they're too far behind. It's 1.8 for Colapinto. Looks like P8 is going to be safe and secure then. Great little moves there from Colapinto. Max has already finished. Such is his dominance. Max Verstappen wins it in Imola then.
Max Verstappen.
He's absolutely dominated. Verstappen wins it. Antonelli is going to finish P2. Norris and Russell pushing behind him, but Antonelli is going to get another P2. When Max wins, Antonelli is normally P2, and that's going to be a case again today. So a good drive from Kimi Antonelli, solid all the way round, and Kimi Antonelli in front of the home crowd finishes P2 in Imola. And then Franco Colapinto, we tried the 2-stopper, and he was in P8 before making that first stop, so could he have gone better than P8 on a 1-stop? I'm not sure he could have anyway. Maybe he could have got involved with Behrman and Lawson. I think P6 might have been the maximum for him today. But P8, good recovery in the end. And Colapinto is going to come home then and secure that P8 finish. Just this final left-hander to do. And Colapinto is going to head to the line and finish this race in Imola, and he finishes in P8. So P2 for Antonelli, P8 for Colapinto, but Max dominates yet again. Ivan, thanks for the follow, much appreciated.
There we've got the Haas driver as we start.
Right, here we go then. Full race result then. Max Verstappen wins from pole, but Kimi Antonelli up 3 places from 5th to finish 2nd. Lando Norris 3rd, Russell 4th, Piastri 5th. Ollie Behrman finishes 6th in the Williams. Liam Lawson 7th. Franco Colapinto started 11th, finishes 8th. Look at these drives though. Teo Porcher up 7 places in his Alpine to finish P9, and Bortoleto up 5 places to finish P10 in a Mercedes. What does that do for the Drivers' Championship? Max Verstappen extends his lead, and that is now 54 points the lead on Kimi Antonelli. So we've got work to do if we're to bring a title fight to Max Verstappen. Franco Colapinto stays P3, but only 4 points today. The pack closes on him with Lando Norris in 4th, Russell 5th, Piastri 6th, Behrman 7th, Lawson another 6 points for him. He moves up to P8, Bortoleto P9, Perez 10th, and the rest of the point scorers in 2027, Yuki, Lance Stroll, Charles Leclerc, Alex Albon, Mick Schumacher. Teo Porcher gets another 2 points. He jumps Pierre Gasly, and then we've got K-Mag in 18th. The rest of the drivers are yet to score. Alvaro, thanks for the follow. Tina, thanks for the follows. What does that do for the constructors? And Maserati, we still lead, but actually Red Bull closed by 10 points. So it's just a 7-point lead. So getting very tight at the top between ourselves and Red Bull. McLaren are in P3. Then we've got Ferrari P4. No change in this constructors today. Williams 5th, Mercedes 6th, Sauber 7th, RB 8th. Alpine, well actually there is a change down the bottom here. Alpine jump Aston Martin. They are up to P9. Aston Martin dropped to P10, and Haas are into P11. No points for them this year. Pit stops, we are dominating this year, although we only get 1 stop that scores points today, but it is the quickest stop of the day, and we're very much on top on the pit stop competition. Race targets met. Lovely stuff. And that brings this one to a close. So it's 11 days time till the next one, which is going to be in Monaco. So very much looking forward to that. As I mentioned before the race, we've got these designs coming. We've got 4 designs finishing, so we might get some of those on the car for Monaco, and we need them because, as we saw, Max dominates again, and he is running away with this championship. We're very close in the constructors because Lawson doesn't score as many points as Max. So the constructors I'm still confident on, but we need the upgrades to try and bring the fight to Max. So that's what we're going to be trying to do as we head to Monaco in the next one, as we continue this Maserati F1 Manager Series. But thanks for dropping in. If you've dropped in for the first time, we stream this every Tuesday and Friday, so please follow or subscribe on the relevant platform. We'll be back on Tuesday as we continue the series, and we'll have the full race in Monaco. But if you want more F1 Manager content and you've watched on TikTok or Twitch, head to my profile. In the profile, click in my bio, you'll find the YouTube link. Click over there, and we have all of our F1 Manager content over there. Not just the streams, but also 2 episodes a week as well. So if you want to see all of this Maserati series, you can do so over there. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, you've watched the stream on YouTube, please do subscribe, and you can check out that playlist as soon as this stream finishes. But thanks to everyone who's dropped in. If you can do me a massive favour before I go, do click that like button. And as I say, if you're not already, do follow or subscribe. As I mentioned, we'll be back on Tuesday to continue this series. But I hope you all have a great weekend and enjoy the actual Formula 1